And good afternoon. It's your friendly neighborhood Tyronin, and I thought we would do something completely different. And as usual, somebody's going to ask, what the hell are you doing, Tyronin? Well, this is where I came from, the world of war games. And I will freely admit, I am a much better pilot than I am a captain. So take it for what it's worth. But they just came out with this new line of Pan-Asian destroyers, and I got to watch everybody else's reviews of them, and I thought, you know something, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and just then make a series of these as I get experience with them and throw them up there. This is going to take nothing away from World of Warplanes, which has really become my first love, but it's something different for you to look at than yet another plane review, and I thought we could have some fun with it. If you don't like it or it really upsets you, let me know. You guys are what this is all about. But I thought it might be fun, and I thought it might be something we could have a little bit of an experience with. And we'll just see how it goes. So it's my very first World of Warships video. I hope you enjoy it. And by all means, feel free to comment all you want on it. I've got a thick skin where this stuff is concerned. I'm going to find a lot of your comments useful in making these videos better. Okay, so we have the LongJian, which is kind of strange because Long means dragon in Chinese. I happen to know this because my last name is Long. And some friends of mine that were Vietnamese told me that. I found it kind of interesting. Don't know if it means anything, but there we go. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Like any Tier 2 destroyer, essentially, it's a floating canoe made of tinfoil and will crumble at the first hit. Maybe not quite that bad, but if you're expecting to survive long in this thing and you're coming under fire, buddy, have I got some surprises for you. Okay, so you only got 6,900 hit points. Luckily, at this tier, most of your opponents have wide dispersion of their guns and short ranges, and if you use your head a little bit, you might be okay. You only have 304 or 105 millimeter guns on this. Now, the Pan-Asian collection is just a collection of ships that were sold around to various navies in the Southeast Asia area from various manufacturers, and the truth of the matter is they could be anywhere from the greatest thing they produced to utter garbage that was served as kind of a fishing and area patrol boat. It could be anything in between. And it's the literal truth. Okay, so these torpedoes, they're interesting because they're deep water torpedoes. 8.4 kilometers at this level is pretty damn good. And the speed is terrible by World of Warship standards. It's not unusual to see torpedoes and later tiers keep zipping by at 71 knots. Now, could they do that in reality? No, but that's a game balance issue in World of Warships. Maneuverability is pretty spectacular, and it's got a good speed on it. And your rudder shift time is very low, and your turning circle is amazingly tight. Concealment. It's awfully hard to get detected before somebody detects you, especially if you get a captain with very many skills. Now, this is a 3-point captain. And this one, I got the preventative maintenance and the last stand. And what that does for you, preventative maintenance does 30% risk to, minus 30% risk to any of your modules getting hit. And last stand keeps your engines running, and you have some maneuver capability even when you take a hit to one or the other. They have a word for destroyer captains that sail without that dead meat. Actually, 2 words. So those are absolutely necessary. We've got them, and there we are. All right, ammunition consumables. We have smoke. We have engine boost. And you have a repair party. This is a tier 2, about as simple as it gets, and we're just having fun here, guys. So if I get blown out of the water in 2 minutes, so be it. Let's take it to battle. Now, interestingly enough, the torpedoes on this actually outrange the guns. Which one would you fire? Now, I'm sure we have a 10 torpedo spread and 2-5-2. No, you're not going to get anything like that. You're going to get a few torpedoes off on this thing, and that's going to be about it. This is the first time I had it out, so this is a new experience for me and you. And you know, if you have 15 destroyers, this is going to prove to be a lot of fun. Typically in these games, what you get is you'll get 5 to 6 battleships in the side about the time I left, and it just wasn't a whole heck of a lot of fun to play. Yeah, and you get your cruisers out there, and battleships typically just water at the mouth for a chance to shoot at a cruiser because he can kill it in one shot or cripple it with one shot. So it should be fun, and we'll enjoy it for what it is, and something new and different for us on this channel. Let's see what you guys think about it. And we have tons and tons and tons of destroyers. And we have the pink guy is a ship killer, buddy killer, team killer. Now let's see here. Yeah, your spread of torpedoes is going to be 2 and 2. Not exactly what one would hope for. But like I said, in something this light, who cares? Vice Admiral Fletcher, huh? Okay. So we have our LongJian, and I guess what I'm supposed to do is go rush out there and get between all those islands and get found and get killed. And I'm not going to do that. Now, I do remind you that deep water torpedoes are going to be totally useless, and I do mean useless against destroyers. Excuse me, I'm just watching what was going on here. Destroyers take a lot of people's attention, myself included. Well, that answers that question real quick, doesn't it? What we're going to do here is try to get off to the side where I can actually get a sight on this South Carolina and see if I can't make a believer out of him where torpedoes are concerned. Now, if there's a destroyer hanging out in this area in front of me and catches me, which is highly likely, I'm going to get sunk. And it's part of why the only class in this game that I ever really fell in love with was the destroyers. I have no idea where this South Carolina, and I got detected. And it's just that quick. Okay, so we're going to hit T.
Smoke generator started.
And as I said, my torpedoes are absolutely useless against this thing. So I have guns. Funny thing, when he starts getting hit, he loses all interest very quickly. And you notice how quickly the South Carolina decides it's time to get the heck out of Dodge. You ever remember trying to hit something with a water hose that was really fast and you're arcing the water at them? That's what the guns are like, and about as useful. South Carolina is being a very brave boy because he thinks nothing in the world's going to bother him. And at that range, he's certainly not going to get torpedoed, but it looks like he got hit by somebody's torpedoes. And I'm going to come into firing range of this guy very shortly. And the instant answer is run, run, run. However, in about 15 seconds, I go and disappear too. Oops. Now he gets brave. Now he's got some friends. But I have smoke.
Smoke generator started.
And at this tier, there's no such thing as radar.
Smoke screen set.
Well, so we'll send some torpedoes. You notice we have a very quick rearm, which is nice. So we'll flip around because we're getting way too close. And I don't want to get way too close. Got a couple of kilometers of safe area to be launching torpedoes. And essentially, looks like my torpedoes missed them. And we got detected again because Mr. bravest destroyer captain in history, all the courage of a gnat in mating flight. Somehow he never had once he takes damage, he wants to hide in the smoke screen and kill me. In the meantime, I want to take advantage of that North Carolina being that close. And he's coming to my gun range.
The ship is on fire.
I'm sorry, I have very, very low tolerance for cowardice, and World of Warships is where people want to spend so much time and so much energy on shooting where they can't be hit, one way or can't be spotted, or both. And it's one of the things that makes me craziest about this game, and it's rewarded and fostered. I always wanted a game that was a little more like naval warfare is, which you search around, try to find the other guy, you get the first strike, which is a major advantage, and then it gets game on. There's no such thing as hiding. That is not this game. And it's one of the problems with the World of Warships, in my opinion, but it's my opinion. It's the reason I left the game, was I got tired with destroyers. You're so teeny, they're so vulnerable that they have to have the hiding. But other than that, I wish they'd just take all the hiding mechanisms, the smoke mechanisms away from the game entirely. Make people get out there and fight. And learn good fighting techniques instead of good hiding techniques. Something you'll never see in World of Warplanes. Hopefully we will never see it in World of Warplanes. But for all that, I had fun with this because it was a simply good time. It was good to hunt down another destroyer. Is this Dresden's AFK or something? Huh. Bad place to go with AFK. But anyway, or it just never got into the game. You see both sometimes. And if anything is beloved more than hiding and shooting at somebody that can't fire back, or firing from some sort of stealth position where they can't see you and they get to hammer the hell out of them, it's finding a ship that's AFK. I mean, I've seen people race across the entire map board to get the free kill. I dearly love it. All right, so there we go. We had 22 target hits, 2 torpedo hits, destroyed 1 ship, set 1 on fire, and caused 1 flooding. How'd I do team-wise? Well, number 3. It wasn't awful, but it was on number 3 on losing team. LongJian is 65-12, and I think I got 2 torpedo hits on the South Carolina. So I contributed mightily to his demise, and then I just nicked 1 guy, and apparently me and the Chester collided to do 3 points of damage. I'm not going to sweat the load much on that one. And we got some commander experience. I got a little ship experience. And we'll go on back to port. And we'll see when you go to tech tree and your next ship. Research, so I got a little bit on the previous ship. 500. I think is all I got on that. Yeah, 511. Well, that's a commander experience. well, that's fine. That's exactly what I got anyway. I have some free experience too, but anyway, running battles with this thing, you can expect that it will take you uh, 5 or 6 games. Obviously, it's not something you invest terribly heavily in because you're not going to be in it long enough to, um, yeah, unless you just collect ships, it's not something you're going to have very long. What do we have to look forward to? Well, you can spend some money on the LongJian uh, hull, and you could actually get your main battery firing range out there a little bit. It's 8.5 kilometers, which would have been handy there. And then you get the Palrong. And take a look at that for a minute, just because we can, and because this is the first time. Then you notice it looks a little more modern, and you can find out a little bit about them by going here. That's a British R-class destroyer. Transferred to the Thai Navy in 1920. Very high speed, carried very good armament, and for most of her service life, she was the most powerful torpedo ship in the Thai Navy. Well, what does that mean? What do we get for torpedoes? Let's see what we can look for. 2x2, and they're 21-inch torpedoes. One of the war games always wants to give it to you in millimeters, but they do. Okay, so you get a pair of 4 torpedoes to a salvo, and it broke it up into 2 of 2. Again, concealment is just excellent. By the time you get a decent captain on this, so you can get this down quite a bit, and throw on some camouflage, and you'd be looking at 5.4, I bet, 5.5, which for a destroyer is pretty excellent. I don't know what the range on these torpedoes is. 7.3, so you got a couple of kilometers to play with. Not bad. It has the makings of a good destroyer, and that should be fun at Tier 3. I'll keep you informed with this ship as we come along, and we could actually go ahead and buy that. And there we go. We're fully upgraded now. So it'll be a little more competitive next time we take it out. Guys, I'm really going to encourage you to make sure that you comment on this. Is this something you'd like to see? Is this something you're interested in? Should I just drop it? And any answer is fine, including screw you, Jordan, I don't want to see you anymore, though I hope that never happens. But let me know what you think. It's important to me, because I'd like to be able to have the ability to crank out quite a bit more video, but I'd like to cover more than just World of Warplanes. And this is something I can actually do. So let me know, and we'll talk to you later. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Do appreciate you, and you have a great day.